Hi, everyone. Welcome to Directions. I'm Jay West, your host, and it's great to have you here today. Directions is all about life changes that happen in our lives, whether it be a job change or a sickness, an illness, a relationship issue, a catastrophic event, a blessing, could be anything. And so today, my special guest is John Knicely. John, good to see you.
Jay, good to see you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
I don't even remember how we met, probably at your church or something, or reached out or something, but you've been for how many years? You've been a host on Channel 6 News. I don't even a commentary. I don't know what you call it. What's the correct term?
Yeah, on-air person, I suppose.
On-air person.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm an on-air person right
Yes,
now.
you are. You didn't even know it.
So how
Yeah,
many years were you there?
Well, I started in 1974. That's when I got out of college at Nebraska. And I was the weekend sports guy at Channel 6.
Okay.
And so it's over
You did sports
51
first.
years.
Okay.
Yeah, I did sports for over 20 years.
Were you raised in Nebraska?
Sydney, Nebraska.
Sydney? Okay.
Way out there.
Was it your plan to go into television?
No.
Okay. Or
Well, I
broadcasting?
should preface that. I went to Nebraska and studied broadcast journalism, but I kind of thought I'd be going to law school eventually.
Okay.
My brother's a lawyer, my dad was a lawyer.
Okay.
And then got the call, and I think the Lord was behind this, but got the call just not too long after graduation. Hey, from my college professor, there's a job at Channel 6, you should go down and interview for it, sports job. So I did, and next day I got the job.
Next day. Wow. And were you doing it? Were you sports minded? Were you an athlete in high school and college?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I loved sports ever since I was little. Played, football, basketball, golf, and so yeah, I had a good background
So
in
did you
sports.
play for Nebraska?
Nope.
Oh, he said we played football. So
Oh boy, I tell you what, there were some really good players when I was in college. That's when they won 2 national titles in a row.
yeah.
Johnny Rogers,
All right.
Jerry
I met
Taggy.
Johnny. At
you?
Eagle Cess. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's popped in every once in a while at Eagle Cess, so I met him there. So
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you launched into sports. How did that go? How was that? I mean, first, well, let's back up. Did your dad think you were going to be a lawyer?
Well, he never directed me in any particular way.
Okay.
He was just a great dad, a great role model. And so, no, but my mom actually wrote a column for the newspaper in Sydney, Nebraska called Panhandle Mother. And so I kind of got interested in journalism through her. And she,
It's nice to have parents that kind of guide us but don't demand. Like my dad played college football, quarterback, University of Pittsburgh, went on, played for the Rams a long time ago.
Holy
played in the
moly.
Cotton Bowl and all sorts of things. And yet he didn't push football on me. And I was tall and skinny, but not, I was like breakable, so I played basketball, and
right.
soccer and tennis and other things, So he didn't push the football. I love football. I watch it a lot. So you're involved in sports. Now you are talking. Are you interviewing people in the sports world at that time?
yes. Yeah, I had a lot of opportunity to, like Bear Bryant, for instance, or Barry Switzer, Tom Osborne,
Really?
other.
So these names, Bear Bryant, let's go back. That would be Alabama.
Yeah.
Correct? Switzer would be Oklahoma, if I got it right.
Yes.
All right. So, okay. Obviously, Osborne is Nebraska. Anybody else?
Well, a lot of, Major League Baseball players like Bo Jackson, George Brett, names like that'd be people to remember. And I actually did sports in St. Louis for a while too,
Okay.
like 3 years.
Okay.
And they won a World Series when I was down there.
Okay.
So Whitey Herzog, Ozzie Smith, and all those, great players
Great.
and managers.
So how long did you do sports in Omaha?
Well, until 1992. I
Then
mean,
what-
there was a St. Louis stint in there in the middle, but my wife's from Omaha,
Okay.
and we moved back. We had 5 kids. We raised 5 kids, and so it was easy to do it here and with their folks in town too.
So you mentioned
But-
the Lord earlier. You've had a relationship with God for how long?
Yeah, talk about directions. I had a great change in my life when I was just out of college, like a year maybe, and was totally just living in the world and had everything going, great. Had a great job, friends and all that, but there was a big empty spot in my life. And, God can pursue you in gentle ways and always remind you. And there was enough nudging along the way that, I gave my life to the Lord in 1974.
Okay.
No, 5, 6. Anyway.
One of those, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it was right at Christmas
pick
time.
one at work, so yeah.
And,
right as I'm graduating from high school, he's getting saved. Okay, so. Yeah.
And that was a total direction change for me, because I started to read the Bible, and I had a Christian upbringing.
Okay.
And so it's not that I didn't have a little foundation to live on, but wow, what a change! Wonderful.
So my previous guest that you saw was interviewing in another room. He actually had a car accident. He was T-boned, and that woke him up and put him on a directional change towards God.
Isn't that something?
Did you have anything dramatic like that, or was it just a real slow, subtle kind of?
Well, I do know my brother, who is older. He was in college on the East Coast, and he started writing back letters to us that were full of Jesus.
Okay.
It's like it was just not normal for him. So he had a great transformation in his life, direction change. And so that was kind of, I was aware of that and kind of made me pondering, wondering.
It's like my present wife, Rebecca, my first wife, passed away, and I got married to Rebecca, and she and her family were raised Jewish, and her older sister got converted first to Christianity and was telling her all about, Jesus too. So
my goodness,
interesting, similar stories. So
you wonder what she thought about her sister.
She says we thought she was a crazy older sister for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. So you have this conversion, and you're married at this point?
No, I got married not too long after that.
Okay.
I got more serious, and I met my wife. I was speaking at a breakfast, and she was the singer.
Okay.
And while she was singing, I thought, gosh, I wonder who that is,
Mm-hmm.
And so got her phone number and called her, and it was a quick romance. So we were engaged in about 3 months.
Oh, Rebecca and I were, Diane and I were engaged in 3 months. Rebecca and I were engaged in 4 months. So that's a common thing. So,
okay, why wait? Huh?
Yeah, why wait? Yeah, if you see the perfect one, why wait? So anyway, how long have you been married?
46 years.
Wow, congratulations.
It might be 47.
You're not sure? You better be sure.
Should be sure.
Yeah.
It's 1977. Yeah.
77. Oh, should be 48. 47.
September, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll edit this.
She might be watching the show when it
Edit
comes
this out.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you what's funny is along the way, at least twice, both of us have forgot our anniversary.
Okay, really?
It's like in the busyness of life, you go through that day, and then
right.
4 days later, that was our anniversary, September 3rd.
Okay. Well, as I'm recording this today, Rebecca and I have been married exactly 2.5 years. So, wow.
Exactly. Boy, you're on top of it.
On top of it. Yeah, I gave her a little gift last night. So, sports to then regular news? How did that happen?
To news. Yeah, it was interesting. I was working at Channel 7. We had a real strong team. And then I got into talks with, my contract was coming up, and we were negotiating, and I got in talks with the general manager of Channel 6, kind of discreetly. Mm-hmm. And it was about me becoming a news anchor instead of a sports director. Mm-hmm. And that finally happened. I mean, made the jump and became the news anchor. So it was a great thing in our life because we didn't have to move to advance in a career.
Sure. St. Louis, New York, wherever. So.
Take our kids out of school, and Omaha, is a great place to live.
So how did they come up with the letters W-O-W? Is that?
Wow.
Yeah, just stand for wow. I mean, I use the acronym WOW. People know me and say, Jay says wow, wow, wow. And then if I'm really impressed, I'll say wow backwards. Wow. So anyway,
Man, you're pretty versatile.
Yeah, I am.
I know that there's a significance of having a W at the beginning of your call letters.
Okay.
K is usually used for radio, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
But
And in those days you were radio and or maybe you still are radio and TV.
no, radio was part of in the station,
Okay.
and then they got sold. A new company bought the TV station, and so they separated.
Was there a big difference between Channel 7 and Channel 6, just in terms of style or in terms of direction
When I worked at both of them?
Yeah.
Well, news is very competitive, and so there wasn't a difference in that respect. You want to be first with the story. You want to have unique stories that is not being told, and so that was the same motivation.
Which major networks are they with? 'Cause I can't remember.
Yeah, 7 is ABC, 6 is NBC. 6 used to be CBS way back.
Okay.
And then they changed affiliations. So.
Okay. So you come in
You
now.
don't watch a lot of TV, do you?
I do, but I don't watch as much news anymore.
News,
So I'm more a
okay.
YouTube guy and, watching stuff that I miss. Because as I mentioned, I'm traveling so much that I'm not
Oh, yeah.
home and I'm not watching hardly any TV when I'm there ministering. So these other cities across the country. So yes,
Right.
I watch TV, but not
Not sitting down and watch the local newscast.
not too much anymore. I used to watch it a lot and used to watch the weather guys and kind of,
Yeah.
all that. I moved here from the South and before that San Diego, and snow was a foreign, entity to me. So anyway,
Makes you wonder.
and speaking of that, well, I've often thought when you guys have major snowstorms and there's somebody on early in the morning at 5:30, 6 o'clock, they had or you do a late show at 10 o'clock news and then it's snowing, could you have just spent the night at the studio? Did you ever spend the night? Or did you always drive home?
Actually, we did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you knew in the morning it was going to be a blizzard. There'd be no way to pass the roads,
Right.
even getting home that night.
Right.
So yeah, we did that on a couple, and there really weren't any beds.
Yeah.
You had to find a small room
Couch
or
or
something.
something, or just lay
Yeah.
down. And I often wondered about that because you see them on early in the morning, which proves I did watch, 5:30, 6 o'clock show. I thought, shoot, it's snowing heavily. I'm glad I'm still at home and they're there. And I'm like, it's like, it wasn't
Right.
like we can do remotes today, with a phone and Zoom and everything else. We didn't have those options then. So,
Yeah, I remember, well, we had a big blizzard in 74, 75. And I had a little studio apartment just walking distance from the station, but they put up some of our people at the Blackstone.
okay.
And they spent the night there.
Okay.
But sports wasn't the topic in those newscasts. It was what's going on. And I remember they kind of recruited me onto a news crew, even though I was sports. We ended up going to the Armory, the National Guard Armory, like 72nd and Mercy or so.
Okay.
And because there were stranded travelers there. And that was getting there and back, being out pushing the car, that was my job. Oh, great memories.
Great memories.
But
Chilly
good
ones.
coverage.
Chilly ones. So you've been here for top 2 stories that you can remember in Omaha. Just major events as a newscaster. Right?
Well, that year we had a tornado and a blizzard, so that year was really remarkable. And I wasn't doing news, but still the impact on our news coverage, the extended news coverage, that kind of thing.
What about interviews? Have you interviewed major political figures like a president or vice president?
Yes, and generally those aren't one-on-one.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a news conference.
Okay.
Or during a campaign, you can ask one question. It's your turn. You ask the question, the next reporter comes in.
Okay.
So.
All right. Any major sports people you interviewed locally? I know we mentioned some before, but I was curious if it's okay.
Yeah, there are. It's just.
Okay, well, major stories. Tell us a major story that just pops in your head. I'm stretching you here, I know, making your memory go back, but what are some highlights?
Well, I've had a ton of highlights because of the way I approach the news. I used to do a thing called I Challenge John, where if you were good at a sport, you would write me a letter. I challenge you to take me on in this sport.
Okay.
So I did everything. I did snowboarding, water ski jump,
Wow.
skiing, basketball, all the major sports.
Skateboarding?
I didn't do skateboarding. Good question. Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of dangerous.
And some way along, I challenged John. You moved into Nicely Done.
Exactly.
How did
Yeah.
that happen?
Yeah, it went from when I changed over to do news, then I changed it to John at Work. So I would be doing people's jobs.
Okay.
And, everything from driving a skid loader to working on a garbage truck, washing the big planes at Offutt.
I know somebody else who was on a garbage truck recently, but it was higher up in the, political.
I remember the video.
Yeah, the big white garbage truck, crystal clean, pristine clean. So yeah.
Yeah, they made use of that, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then Nicely Done. I got to fly with the Blue Angels. Got to go up.
Really?
Yeah.
You flew with them?
Yeah.
On
Well,
the
I
plane?
was a passenger. Yeah.
You're a passenger?
Oh my gosh.
Upside down, up and around.
Right. All that.
G's and everything else. You're okay?
G's. Yeah, they teach you what to do. You don't have to push from your lower extremity to try to keep the blood in your head. So you're pushing while all of that's going on. And the pilot, of course, told me, okay, John, we're going to bump this up to 7 Gs. And so no matter how hard I pushed, I still started to go a little la-la land. It was like you were just floating out there. And finally he said, John, are you with me? I said, okay, yeah.
So my wife, Rebecca, got to fly on a plane that did fuel transfer to another, and she got to lay down in the fuselage area and whatever, and watch through a little window, watch this jet come up and really close and do the fuel thing. My brother was on some plane. He landed on an aircraft carrier.
Oh boy.
So I only fly commercial. That's it. I've not done anything. I have been on a helicopter a couple of times. So what was that like?
That.
So what was it? I mean,
how?
A little bit. First of all, how fast were you going?
Well, I can
remember that?
describe it this way. We took off from Offutt, and we were in Lincoln, in the airspace over Lincoln, in 5 minutes.
Wow.
It was like, phew. Yeah, it was. The whole time you're wondering, how can this pilot be able to manage this, do all that pushing himself,
Right.
and imagine him in combat
Right.
when your life's on the line,
Right.
and being skilled at that. It's just,
I wonder how they even came up with this pushing. How did they figure that out?
yeah.
Was that accidental? Somebody was like one day ago, they were probably gripping the seat, and then they suddenly realized, hey, this is working.
Yeah,
Keeping you conscious. So yeah.
What it began with the medical
Did you have to
doctors,
wear
flight
oxygen and
doctors.
everything, or a mask and
No,
all
we
that?
didn't do that.
Okay.
But wonderful skill. But I did do the fueling of a plane. I got to do the same thing Rebecca did.
Okay.
And that was amazing because you got this hose out there and that pilot back there has to maneuver and get the connection.
Yeah, she's told me that story several times. Like, you were so brave. I don't know if I could do that. So, I kiddingly tell people I'm afraid of heights, which is a lie. I'm not, because I'm real tall, 6'7". So my joke is I get nosebleeds just walking around, but it's not true. So anyway,
well, speaking of heights, the Channel 6, the towers by Benson Golf Course out there.
Yeah.
I went up to the top of the Channel 6 tower.
Seriously?
With the repair crew. Yeah.
With the ropes and everything, you climbed up?
Well, did climb. They have a elevator that's a two-man elevator.
Okay.
And you're almost nose to nose with the guy that you're in there with. Mm-hmm. And it took about a half hour to get up there.
Wow.
And so we got to the top, and well, he just scrambled out, started to do his work, and I'm left in the elevator like, what am I going to do?
Cool.
You look over here, and it's just a dark gap, bottomless, between you and this platform. Mm-hmm. And it took me a while just to get one foot out and trust it.
Yeah.
But you do strap on to the thing. So then I got out there, and the tower sways. It wasn't even a windy day, but way up there. It's 1,200 feet.
I was in the Sears Tower in Chicago, and we're at the top, and it moves. So you can feel it. And they have these glass things you can go out and stand on. I was like, oh, I'm not sure I want to do that, but so if
Glass
you did,
especially.
you could ride up in a hot air balloon.
I did that.
You did that too. Look
Yeah.
at that.
I went up in the Goodyear blimp.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. I went in some stunt planes too, where they do all the maneuvers. It's like, in one time it was a biplane. I did it a couple times.
Okay.
And
So, like, were you ever in a crop duster?
no,
Okay, I thought maybe you had done one of those. So, being in Nebraska and all these things that
those
need to be
guys
dusted.
they're good pilots.
They're really good pilots, yeah. Yeah, in and out, right over the freeway, no back down. And
Mhm.
wow, you've had some amazing experiences.
Yeah, it's almost hard to remember them. I mean, you get reminded when you're just going through everyday life and you see something and, gosh, I got to do that.
You have some video clips of all these things?
Yes.
So you have good memories of all.
Yeah.
I would think of all those, I mean, I would think the Blue Angels would stand out near the top.
Yeah,
So,
it definitely
do
does.
parachuting?
I did parachute. Yeah,
Really?
that's quite a, it was a,
You and the first President Bush, right? So
yeah, he did it, what, 90 something?
yeah, right.
It was interesting in the plane, it was a bigger plane, so there were quite a few jumpers. But I was instructed when it was finally my turn, when you get to the door and you see what's going to happen, there's a bar right up here, and
I mean, you're
Parachute.
you're hooked onto that bar, aren't you?
no.
Oh, you're not? Okay, I thought you were. So.
He said, when you get up to the door, don't grab that bar up there, 'cause we're
Okay.
going out.
Okay.
So we got up to that door, and I grabbed that. I was reaching to grab that,
Yeah.
and he knew I was going to do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
behind me, he just pulled my arm down, and we were out.
Okay.
And I mean, it's deafening, the sound of just falling down. And next thing I know, we're going down, still trying to
Your
recover.
tandem?
Tandem for
Okay.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed out of the corner of my eye, there's somebody over here coming closer, and it was one of their jumpers with a camera
Okay.
attached, filming it.
Okay.
And so then when they pull that chute, it's just like peace and harmony and just wonderful. Just
I've thought about
gently
these things,
coming
like
down.
even roller coasters, because I wear glasses. I'm always afraid on roller coasters, my glasses are going to fly off and I'd miss it, and then I'd be stuck in this amusement park and I wouldn't be able to see, and it'd be worse flying down.
Have an extra pair in your pocket.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, but that could fly out too. So anyway, wow. So you've really been up in the air, haven't you?
Yeah.
Kind of
when you
uppity,
think
aren't you?
about
Yeah.
it. When I got to cover the Olympics, I went to like 3 different Olympics.
Okay.
And the one in Salt Lake City, I got to ride the bobsled down with the crew.
Wow.
And that is, how can they be steering this thing?
Yeah.
When you're going 80 miles an hour and you're just going like that. You have to bank it. And so all of those things, I mean, when you experience it firsthand, then you have great appreciation.
You better have a strong body part, strong legs, strong back, all the things you don't want to wrench on the way down. So
You're totally out of control yourself.
So incredible experiences, a newscaster that you wouldn't have had if you'd gone to be a lawyer.
Yeah, right.
All these wonderful things wouldn't have happened. So
Yeah, my brother describes those first years as hunting and grunting. He was part of a big firm, and it was like,
are you a hunter?
we did hunt growing up, yeah.
Okay. Just curious, because I know Les Beecham and Kurt Dodd, pastors in the city, they both bow hunt a lot, and I
Yes,
just wondered
sir.
and your friends, obviously you're friends with Les because you went to church there, right? You're
yeah.
at Lifegate. Are you still there?
Well, I support Lifegate, yeah. We're
Okay.
not always in attendance, we're
Yeah, I don't
online.
have chance either because I'm traveling so much. I get that. We got 2.5 minutes left.
Oh,
Transitioning from all this to retirement, how did you make the decision to retire, and what's that been like for you?
yeah, it was time after 51 years and looking forward, grandkids scattered. Like, we have a lot in Omaha. My daughter had 6 kids, but 4 in Dallas, 1 in St. Louis, 2 in Baltimore, and just having the ability, the opportunity to
Sure.
have the free time. It's been weird though. I mean, I was on that same schedule all that time, 50 years.
Right,
Never home in the evening
right.
until 11. And so it's a big adjustment for my wife.
So you would do the like 5 or 6 o'clock news and then the 10 o'clock news too? That was pretty normal for you?
Yep.
Okay. Monday through Friday?
Generally, sometimes it was Sunday through Thursday.
Okay.
And near the end, I was able to take 3 days off, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that was inching toward retirement.
Okay.
But now it's, I mean, there's definitely purpose in life. It's not like your life ends when you're
Right,
retired. But
right. Just a change, a directional change. So,
I know the Lord is still using me,
yeah. And your wife's happy you're
thankfully.
home?
Yes. Yeah, we've made the adjustment.
Kind of like these military wives, and it's like we were talking about Don Bacon earlier, and his wife, he was in the military for years and years and years, and they retired, and then he becomes a congressman. Now he's actually home less probably than as a congressman than he was as a general. So anyway,
Wow.
but this is his last term.
Things you
too,
don't think
so
about.
Anyway, well, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, I appreciate all that you're doing. I've
Thank
learned
you.
about it visiting with you today, how
Yeah.
you're able to travel and pray.
Travel and pray and meet with political leaders and write books and host TV shows. And a lot of what I do like this, I get no pay, but I love serving the Lord. I love talking to people like you. The people who are watching love watching people like you. You're a mainstay in Omaha. And so it's been a privilege and an honor to have you here. And thanks for all the years, 51 years of
Yeah,
public service
it's
as
been a
a
great
newscaster
blessing.
and
I'm very thankful.
and sports and all the experiences you just shared were incredible and awesome. So let me shake your hand again. Appreciate you a lot.
Jay,
God
appreciate
bless
you too.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in to Directions today. And can't wait to see you next time. If you like the show, it's on KPAO, it's on Cox 23, it's on my YouTube channel. You can pick it up lots of places and watch it again or share it with somebody else. Until then, God bless you, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.